Hey investors, Dave Hathaway coming to you from a renovation that we are currently underway on. And we had just finished up the demo of this property. So we've owned it for about 4 days. And so I wanted to talk about renovations in general, but how I think of renovating a property. And I think of it in two ways. The first is what the tenant wants and what's going to last a really long time in a property. And the second is what I'm going to need in that property when I sell it. So what's going to give me the highest, best value at time of sale. And so I'm thinking of both of those kind of simultaneously, because I don't want to have a tenant move into the property, pay us rent, move out of the property, and then we have to re-renovate after we already renovated the property before we take it to sale. And my philosophy usually is think about that we're going to hold the property for a long time, if not forever. But I think it would be dumb to just stay in that mindset and not think about the sale, because I do sell properties usually in between 5-10 years, somewhere in between that time frame. And so having that in-game mindset when you're doing the renovation just provides you helpful knowledge in the renovation process. So I'm going to walk you around and show you kind of what I'm thinking about and why I do certain renovations the way I do. All right, guys, so this is 772 Dr. Benjamin Coral's place. And you can see that we've demoed all the floors out, demoed the kitchen cabinets. We're waiting for the used appliance company to come, bring the used appliances, and they'll take the old appliances. So that's why they're sitting in here. And so when I'm thinking about what I want to do as far as flooring and walls, and those are kind of the big things that are going to be wear and tear. And you can see that we just ripped out all the carpet in here, and there's stains in here. And between tenants, carpet looks really, really nasty. And often you have to replace the whole thing. So what I like to do is luxury vinyl plank. I find that that lasts a really long time. And if we decide to sell it in between tenants, then it looks good enough that we can sell the property and not have to replace it. For walls and in the kitchens, we're looking for things that are going to last a long time. That's not laminate granite countertops. So we're going to have a little island right here with seats, which is kind of sweet, and then a wraparound kitchen back there. But we use granite countertops. That's going to last a really long time. And we use white shaker cabinets or gray shaker cabinets with brushed nickel poles. And the poles help to keep those cabinets lasting longer over time, and they don't wear the paint out on the door faces and get grease and dirt all because they're on the cabinets because they're using the poles or the hardware on the cabinets. So the big paint that I think of is I just think of a neutral color that could be a gray. A lot of people use light gray. I don't love it as far as happiness and brightness. So I use a light tan or beige, and it's called Navajo sand. You would definitely not want to use dark purple because this wouldn't appeal to all tenants. It would turn tenants off and buyers off. But we use a Navajo sand for the walls, and in bedrooms, and you can see on here a lot of the carpet pad, just disgusting from spills, from whatever. This actually looked like it was a murder scene up here with some sort of red stuff. But I like to go LVP on the floors in the bedrooms as well. Bedrooms and bathrooms. So LVP is great because it's vinyl in wet areas like bathrooms, but it's also just great in bedrooms. It's easy to clean. It doesn't buckle up like laminate floors. So that's what I'm doing in this entire property. And I often like to take out showers, but if they're in good shape, there's really no reason to take the showers out unless they just look terrible, and you can often glaze them. So in showers themselves, this one has subway tile. It's white. It has a plastic pan that's a little bit more heavy duty than most plastic pans, but this is a shower that we're just going to keep. It's in good condition. There's no reason to just rip it out and replace it. The vanity top looked disgusting, and we'll rip out and replace the toilets. And whenever I do in the lights. So everything else but the shower in here. And whenever I do a bathroom, I always like to replace the little shutoff valves under there. It's just kind of a common practice when we're doing a full renovation, maybe not just a touch up on the turnover, but for a full renovation, the first time we're touching property, we're going to cut those and give the property all new shutoff valves that are a lot less likely to fail. So, and then we'll have nice gray vinyl tile in here, vinyl luxury plank in here that will look great. So that's what I think about in the bathrooms. Now, if they're in real bad shape, like this one, where you can see there's no way we can save this bathtub, it's rusted, it's disgusting. We're gonna come in and we're going to rip everything out because we'd have to rip out the bottom set of tile. And we're gonna do really nice white marble tile like we normally do, like you've seen in maybe some of our listing video walkthroughs. But this one will be completely new toilet, replacing the shutoff valves, replacing the light, putting a nice framed mirror, a nice gray cabinet that looks good, and nice gray floor. So it's gonna look really, really nice as far as the hall bath. And that's mainly what I think about when I think of long-term stuff. The other thing that I think about a lot is doors. White doors often just get dirty, get greasy, get grimy, get colored on. And so one thing we do with doors is we paint them dark gray. It's intellectual gray is the color we've chosen. And so I think of that as far as like a longevity thing. The other thing that I think about for tenants and also for sales, you can see this nasty brass hardware that they pretty much have everywhere. You can see it over here. And so we'll change out all of these because I would do that if I was selling the property and I know that it looks 100 times better than just the brass that you can see everywhere. So we'll change those all out. We'll unify them over to brushed nickel instead of brass. And we know we would do that anyways in a sale. So we're just doing it up front. And those last a long time. So it's not like we have to replace them again if the tenant were to move out and we were to go to sale. But those are kind of the main things that I think about when I'm thinking of that two-pronged strategy. And that's like the main things I'm thinking about when I'm thinking of that two-pronged strategy of renting, but also keeping in mind the end game sale and how I think about the renovation and what I end up choosing because of that. Hope you guys find that valuable. We'll continue to do updates on this property itself so you can kind of see the progress of the property. You can see the renovation. You can see what it turns out after we get it rented out and what the numbers look like for rental in Baltimore City. I'll see you guys in the next video.